So I have a small organization called Lower Puna Rising, and we're a design build collective, and we really just help vision some of these ideas, right? We help formalize them and put them into place so that we can then present them business plans and grants to get money for them so we can do them.
This could be a garden, this could be a bench shelter, this could be a website, this could be an intern program. This has been a number of these things I just mentioned. Project I did in Thailand, everything I did, we activated it with this design process. There's a process. There's a way that you can take yourself through that. That's here, 7 steps. From ideation to realization. The statement of intention, idea generation, visualization, contextualization, presentation, specification, finalization. So we're going to go into it. Statement of intention. So they say if you want to manifest something, you need clear intention, right?
Clear intention is how we, plus direct action is how we make magic happen, right? So people say manifest this, do that, but you can't do any of that unless you have a clear intention. So creating a statement of intention for any project that you have going, taking the time to do a process like this is really helpful.
So if you have a whiteboard or just some free writing, you can start getting in touch with what your core beliefs are and your core values and what your needs are. And the game is, you're going to take on this character, this like higher self character that knows better. Call in that higher self, right? Call in that your values. And then bring that down into your heart. Like, what do you feel? What do you need? And bring that down into your core. What is it you want? Like, let that voice be heard. We don't often listen to it. And we're going to list these things. And we're going to have a whole bunch of adjectives written down. And with those adjectives, we're going to create a mission statement or a vision statement or a statement of intention. It could be a paragraph or a couple sentences, or it could be a whole short story. Takeaway from this is a fuller understanding of the situation with a clear statement of intention, what is important to you and what you're needing. This can be a paragraph, an essay, as long as it stays true to your observation and avoids judgmental stories. We want to stay objective. The character we want to call in is curious and open, but objective and honest.
Okay, good job. So everybody kind of understands what's important to us, what we like, what we need, and we're going to create a statement of intention with that, right? So we'll build a little paragraph that says for this community, it's important to them that they have this, that they want that they would like to see this.
Okay, idea generation. Using specific techniques to explore your creative self fully, flush out your inner landscape, and birth the first steps towards your end goal without editing, questioning, or evaluating. This can be very divergent and expansive to allow for new insights to enter. This is playful. Be creative in whatever way works for you. This is the time for that. The adult self will come in later and it'll help you navigate reality. Right now, be playful, right? This is a time to dream. We sit around and we dream together or we do it individually. So ways to do that is come up with ideas. Where do they come from? Bill Molson said the best design tool is a hammock, right? Be in a flow situation is a good way to do it, right? Let those insights come in. More than not, a good idea is accumulation of lots of others' ideas, lots of other people's ideas, right? We're all influencing each other.
And some people know brainstorming, right? You just list things, or free writing, or mind mapping. And mind mapping is a tool that's been used for thousands of years, and it helps us navigate the interiors of our mind through like pathways and synapses and nodes, and it sort of like takes that complicated structure and lays it out into a visual form. No editing, right? Like just playful, get it out, whatever, you know. Let's do a few more minutes of this and really flesh out what are the parts of that.
What we're going to do is put something in the middle that matters to us. This is this person's values. These will probably have been brainstormed where we list them down. And then we're going to begin to list onto that, and then onto that, and then onto that. And it's going to build. And the idea is that you don't have easy connection with like the ends of your neurological system. You have to link to it. You have to jump to it. And if you do this with other people, you can jump even bigger and bigger and bigger. Purpose. This is a series. Each one of these are about 4 foot by 4 foot. And we did this for a local project called The Hive to flesh out the idea of the hive. So we were able to do a very complex, each one of these was a center, but it's all connected. We were able to visualize a very complex idea, a big system, by doing individual mind maps and then putting them together. This is step 3, visualization. This one's awesome. All right, use your statement of intention and your mind map. So you got statement of intention and your mind map. You got two projects for your portfolio. Begin to merge your ideas into visual form. Let images represent ideas without too much specification. Allow mood and feeling to be part of the expression. Right? You can just cut and paste and have fun with it. You can get quite creative with it. It's your symbol. It's your portfolio piece. It matters to you, right? But nowadays we have Pinterest, so that's super cool. A lot less glue and magazine. Who has magazines? Not very many people anymore. So Pinterest. So as you get a Pinterest account, you surf around the internet. And you're like, I like that. I like that. I like that. Your subconscious is mapping itself. I like that. I like that. You can go on Google Image and you can just type in awesome, and awesome comes up, and it helps you understand what kind of awesome you're looking for, right? And that's a way, really quickly, you can navigate your interiors, and you can begin to put visions, moods, feelings, vibes into what you're talking about. So the takeaway here is a visual representation that communicates the fullness of your statement of intention and the expansiveness of your mind map with feeling and personality mixed in. Visualization. So next one, contextualization. The idea here, this is I think step 4, contextualization. Look around and discover what others are doing. Gain inspiration from their journey and realize how your unique expression is connected to the larger conversation. Contextualization. Contextualization. Check out possibilities and people who inspire you globally and locally. Then contact them. Reach out, build like a network of people that are rocking it how you want to rock it. People that maybe you come across with when you were making your vision board. You know, let them inspire you. The takeaway here is new inspirational influences and friends, hopefully, with a better understanding of how they got to where they are. Contact information, websites, books from organizations that you find to be exciting and motivational to push and support you, right? You're building a Rolodex, you're building a network, you're building your connection. Your idea that you brought to visualization, you're now beginning to reach out into the world to see what other people are doing to manifest that. The mantra here is define the others. All right, so real quick, we've done statement of intention. Remember, that's values and needs, things like that. Idea generation, that's the mind map, right? Visualization, dream boards or mind movie. Contextualization, find the others, right? And see where you are on that map, and then reach out. Presentation. So collect your 4 polished portfolio pieces from your process, streamline it to be able to communicate it to other people who you trust, who will reflect back to you honestly. Revisit and integrate feedback accordingly. That last part is important. Revisit and integrate feedback accordingly. That's why you're doing it. We want to find people in our community that were able to hold space for us. That maybe even people that we trust, that are going to be super authentic with us. We're going to find people that make us nervous, elders, right? That's what they got wisdom, and they can give back to us. They can reflect back to us. Next thing, we're almost there, specification. So, time to make some organizational decisions. Use techniques to plan and address each stage of development and set forth an agenda for activating the idea fully. Make set goals if need be. So you engineer it backwards. And by doing that, you get a clear picture of what needs to be done, right? And so now you see we're getting into like your square reality. We're getting into like organizational structuring. You got your planner book out. Your analytical and organizational self, the part of you that shows up and does not let you down. Bring in strong organizational mind to assist if need be, to outsource support, manage the situation accordingly. The last stage is finalization. That comes at the end, obviously. All right, bring it to fruition with regular progress on each stage of the process. Follow your plan until completion. Adjust accordingly, but stay focused and trust your process. Don't diverge too much at this point. This dreamer self that's sitting in what am I going to do? That's at the beginning, right? Now it's time to show up. Show up for the work every day. It's, one foot in front of another, but sometimes it's guesses, and sometimes it's leaps, and sometimes it's trust. It's not as easy as you may think. You might have to keep pushing yourself and pushing yourself. You might need friends to help you push yourself. So dream it, plan it, work it, make it happen. Step by step, push, push, push. This is the part where you have to show up. You are the one that makes that happen. Some people want it to happen, some people wish it would happen, others make it happen. You have the power to make that happen, and that's really the last bit of that, is just believing that you can do it. This is a fun process. This is This is not meant to be stressful. This is meant to engage you, and these are techniques that you can use in your everyday life. My name is Nico. I do Lower Puna Rising here locally, and it's an incubator hub. And what we do is try to take ideas and we try to bring them through this process and bring them into more fruition, and then send them out to flourish. There's a number of things we've worked on locally. www.rising.earth. Go to my website, please, and look on there and read some of this information, and email me if you're interested in discussing this further. Also, a small plug for Lower Puna Rising. If you have a project like into fruition or make some movement on, contact me. I'd be happy to share my process with you. I'd be happy to come host some workshops with your group. It's just sometimes nice if you're stuck or stagnant to have a third party come in and help grease the wheels and get things done, right?